We're recording. Ready? We're back! We're back! It's the name of the year, Videocast.
Sounds good. We've got so many letters from people, and they were like, I just want to see how weird you guys look while you talk, and this is it. We're doing it.
People did ask us, but I like playing it up and saying, like, people were, like, demanding it. They were like, we can't live.
So many people, they were coming up to me, and these are big guys, okay? Like guys that never cried in their whole life. Tears in their eyes, streaming down their face. Sir, please, will you get on a Zoom chat with Drew, but not the professional one, so it's going to get timed out at some point. That's what they want.
So people know we are actually working on bringing the podcast back. It will not have its original name, Deadcast, because it can't have the original name, Deadcast.
Yep.
And we would have made this part of that podcast, but we can't do it right now because obviously shit is fucked. So
yes, as those of you that follow current events will have noticed.
Yes.
Yeah.
The other thing I need to tell you before we get to the name of the year bracket is that my new novel, Ding, Point B, is out today.
I've heard really good things about that.
Why, yes, and you're a totally unbiased source for that.
Does that seem natural to say that?
Yeah, it's weird because, okay, first of all, it's self-published, so it's only available on Kindle today. My hope is the paperback's available on Amazon tomorrow, and then I have to go through all the bullshit to get it up on Apple and Barnes & Noble and everywhere else. But in the meantime, it's actually interesting because when you go through regular publishing channels, you see the book in print long before it's released, and all your friends see it, and the media sees it in galley form and all that stuff. This happens months before a book is usually on the shelves. And this time, I will be looking at the printed version of the book at the same time readers do. So, and also the other thing is that since there's been no advance copies sent out, except for the PDFs I sent to you and to there's no, like, it's a happy day because I've released the book, but of course it's a book, so people need time to fucking read the thing before they can react to it. So there's this weird it's a sort of celebratory period, but I have to sit there and wait to
be like, you making good progress? Yeah, I can tell I have not finished it. I read the first 20 pages very quickly and recommend those pages very highly. It reminded me of Jesse Ball, who's one of my favorite writers. I think I told you that. But then, like, I got depressed. I had other stuff going on. I lost my plot, in there. I was reading it in a Google Doc and not the PDF. But Lauren Tyson, our friend, it seems like she read the whole thing in like 2 days.
Yes, and that's good because
that's a good sign.
Reading a book fast is good.
Yes.
If it doesn't read fast, if you just if it sits on your shelf for a month, it's already, like, I've done the thing where I'm like, it's pretty good. And it's like, not good. If it were good, I would have read the fucking thing.
Yeah.
All right. We don't have much time. We have to get to the bracket. Are you ready to go through the bracket?
I am. I have not reviewed the bracket, although I have had people just DM me names out of context. So I think some of these will be familiar, but I've been a good boy and I have not.
All right. The beautiful Stephen Batts has sent us this. It is currently posted to Unnamed Temporary Sports Blog 2.0, presented by Sunsoil CBD Products. So please go there today.
Wow, that's a good live read for
you
somebody
like
that's
that?
never done a live read before.
Yeah, they didn't even pay my ass for that.
Yeah.
Should pay me extra. All right, here we go. We're going to start with the Voltron Regional with possibly the strongest number one seed ever. Math Daniel Squirrel going up against the 16 seed Kermit Quisenberry. Math Daniel advances, correct?
Yes, but can we just... Kermit Quisenberry is a fantastic name. That's like a really serious competitor.
It's a baseball name, isn't it?
It is. It feels like it. It's like, well, I mean, you got your Dan Quisenberry, so there's some...
That's right. The
legacy.
underhand. The underhander.
Yeah, with a big push broom mustache. I briefly had Dan Quisenberry's mustache for like
really?
5 minutes. Yeah, in the process of dismantling my hideous gray beard, I did do some relief pitcher stylings to see what worked. And it turns out that Kate hated all of them.
I'm surprised. Matt Daniel, by the way, is a convicted criminal. He advances, but he beats the 16th seed.
Yeah, but a really solid effort by Kermit Quisenberry.
The 8th seed is Flo Low. Flo Low, spelled F-L-O, like progressive flow, against the 9th seed Hannah Moody Goo. So Moody is one word and dash goo. So it's possible that her maiden name was either Moody or Goo.
Yeah.
And her husband's original name was either Moody or Goo.
Yeah.
So she became Moody Goo
Moody Goo is just delightful too. I mean, it's like, especially like, there's no way Hannah Goo doesn't make the bracket. Hannah Moody is like, I feel like I've met somebody by that name. But this is the magic of it, man. Once you add that hyphen.
The Moody Goo is my favorite 70s soft rock band.
Yeah, I love that the 7-minute string interlude in there. Who do you have in this?
I'm gonna move Moody Goo ahead. I like Flo Low, but I'm gonna go. All right, number 5 seed IKEA Perrier against a 12 seed Gravity Goldberg. I'm gonna
wait. What?
Gravity Goldberg.
I know that person.
Really?
In real life.
You know Gravity Goldberg?
Yes. So Gravity Goldberg, if it's the same Gravity Goldberg,
how could it not be?
You don't know. I don't know. I don't put this shit together. Gravity Goldberg is the partner, like maybe they're married, maybe they're not, of a guy that was my buddy in high school. I ran cross country with JP. I guess I can say his last name, Altieri. That, like, I met her at a high school reunion. She was really nice. She talked to Kate about talked to her about homeschooling because Kate was homeschooled. So I think I should recuse myself from this.
I thought you were gonna say JP Freely because it was the name of the year, so I thought it would go.
No, it's just he's a guy. He's like a real chill dude.
You can recuse yourself.
Okay, congrats to Gravity.
It could be a different Gravity Goldberg. It could be like Gravity Goldberg from Lansing or something.
Yeah, maybe it's Gravity Goldberg Senior.
The 4 seed is Mystical McGee against the 13 seed Symmetric Strong.
Wow.
So not symmetrical, Symmetric Strong.
That's like an old school, that's like a Big East power forward name of my youth.
Why is symmetrical the adjective and not symmetric?
That's a
Why
good
is symmetrical
question.
the adverb, not symmetric?
Like metaphoric versus metaphorical.
Yeah.
Like this is where having like Barry on the podcast would really help a lot. But then you'd have like Barry on the podcast.
Yeah, that would be its own.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
The 6th seed is Jan 6 Xi. All right, I'll spell it. Jan is Jan, 6 is the number, SIX, and then the last name is XI, but X and I are capitalized like the Roman numeral 11.
Might be, or it's Jan 6 the 11th.
Or it's Jan 6 the 11th.
Is that possible?
Yeah, no. That sounds right. All right, Jan 6 the 11th.
The 11th in the line. In
the 6-11 matchup, Jan 6-11.
Yeah, that's why they let Stefan Fatsis do this instead of you or me, because we'd just be saying Moody Goo back and forth to each other, and the bracket would never come out.
That's fucking brilliant. The 11th seed is Try Vodka Lundy. I was going to put Jan 11th ahead, but Try Vodka.
Yeah, it's Try Vodka Lundy for me. That's a fantastic name.
Was Try Vodka Lundy conceived over a bottle of 3 Olives?
There's
vodka?
questions. Yeah, you have to basically, or it's like, possibly some sort of, what's the word for, like when you put advertising in a post, but it looks like a story?
Native advertising.
Yeah, so maybe Try Vodka Lundy is native advertising for 3 Olives vodka.
It could be. The 3 seed is Don Might Slappy. Don Might spelled DHANMITE against the 14th seed Waffles Natush. That's great. This is an amazing region. Waffles.
Yeah, these are double-digit seeds. Waffles Natush.
And Try Vodka is a double-digit seed.
Yeah, this is like whatever the year that like George Mason went to the national final. Like sometimes you just get these low seeds that are like that. For me, it's Waffles moves up, Try Vodka moves up. This is all Sharpie.
All right, 7 seed is Gennaro Bizarro against the 10 seed Rod Gods. Gods is spelled GHODS, not God as in God, Sham God.
Yeah.
So this is the rhyming matchup. Gennaro Bizarro and Rod Gods.
Gennaro Bizarro is blessed to me. Rod Gods, like, credit where it's due, terrific name. But I mean, I'm gonna say it again. Gennaro Bizarro.
It is a good name.
It sounds so sweet.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. All right. The 2 seed is Dr. Reese.
This is good. You can tell this bracket is good because you've already struggled with like 3 names.
Dr. Reason Machete versus the 15th seed Kaiser Pontoon. A Reason Machete is just amazing.
Reason Machete. That's like, yeah, that's what I call it when I use facts and logic to destroy my enemies.
I think I might have. It reminds me of Robert Rodriguez making Machete, and it was Machete.
Machete, yeah, but it's like that, yeah, and then there'd
With
be
Danny
sequels.
Trejo. Yeah. All right. Who comes
Kaiser
out of the
Pontoon
region?
is good. Wow. All right. So this is, I have to go back and look this over. I mean, Matt Daniel Squirrel, it's like that. It felt like that happened 15 minutes ago.
Right.
That's a fantastic name. Reason Machete is unreal. I mean, I want to have it be, I'm looking at the spelling of Waffles and the Tush right now.
The spelling of Natush is fantastic. Natusch. So it's like a German butt waffle.
Yeah, it really is, like, but it's spelled like appropriately. Like if you, as somebody who dabbles in the Germanic languages, I'm assuming you're saying it right.
I hope so. Although I'm also a white guy, so I mispronounce everyone's name because I'm white.
Like Gennaro Bizzarro.
Yeah. I totally get all that shit wrong.
Dr. Reason Machete is, I mean, my heart says Waffles Natush just because I'm an idiot and it's got the word tush in it. But Dr. Reason Machete it's something that a friend of mine pointed out on Twitter, the website, that like the crossover between, he was talking about baseball names, but between like SoundCloud rapper names and like SEC college baseball names is now like, there's no line between the two of them.
Yeah.
Like Dr. Reason Machete could be anything. That could be a real person. That could be a libertarian rapper, and therefore the worst possible thing basically that you could have.
As always, I prefer real given names over changed names. If you change your name to Dr. Reason Machete, I got no respect for it.
Yeah, and we've had that problem in the past. I think like with like narwhals mating and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And you feel kind of stupid afterwards.
But I'll take it on good faith and say it's a real name. And I love the irony because one cannot reason with a machete.
Yes, or with the machete of reason too.
That's
yes,
right.
All right, good. I think we agree on that. I know we're supposed to fight, but
let's go to the Sithole regional. The 1 seed is Bluebell Iconoclastes going against the 16 seed Derek Grunfelder McCrank. And Derek, by the way, is spelled Derrrek. You thought you knew every possible variant of Derek in terms of spelling, but that is not one I have seen. Yeah. Traditional Derek is Derek, but this one has two.
Yeah, that's the way that Derek Lee spelled his name. For Cubs fans and Marlins fans will be happy with that.
You could roll the R. Derek.
Yeah, that sounds good. I'm going to let you do that because I don't want to project sputum. It's a video thing now. So, Iconoclastes, it's worth pointing out for those who don't have the bracket in front of them, is spelled in an extremely Greek way.
That is very Greek.
That makes me think that it's real. It's Eikonoklastes. Iconoclastes.
Yeah, it's almost respectably Greek. So yeah. I kind of have to go with the 16 seed in a huge upset.
Really?
Yeah, because I think the McCrank is killing me.
Yeah, McCrank is really good. It's got kind of a like rejected Simpsons gags vibe to it, but like
it's like McGarnagle. Like,
yeah, it is. He gets results.
8th seed is Smoky Bacon with Smoky spelled. Smoky has an I on the end, which lets you know it's. I assume Smoky Bacon is a woman against the 9th seed Chatfield Clap Saddle. That is amazing.
Really good. Although Chatfield Clapsaddle is like, there's one of the darker threads with the name of the year things is that, like, I remember Pope Thrower, a name that you and I both loved.
Loved Pope Thrower.
And we've been Stefan criticized us for it. Megan criticized us for liking it too much. But the problem with, yeah, right. It's not my problem. They're not on the podcast.
Yeah.
But Pope Thrower turned out to be like a spokesperson for the Tennessee Republican Party or some shit like that. And it was like kind of a bummer afterwards that it was like a real gross, like preppy guy. And I worry that Chatfield Clapsaddle has a similar, like, it's going to turn out that he's just like a really corrupt local sheriff.
Just the most recent graduate of Covington Catholic.
Yeah, right. Just like, which, you know, whatever. It doesn't take away from his name. I'm advancing Chatfield Clapsaddle.
Yeah, I don't think, honestly, I think we should stick to names.
Yeah, we have to leave this out. I mean, I would, yeah.
The 5 seed is Dr. Flounze Caver. I have to spell Flounze, Floun''Say, against the 12 seed Zebulon Vermilion. It's actually quite a beautiful name.
It is a really good name. That's got kind of a like Flannery O'Connor feel to it. I like that. That's old Americana.
Yeah, it's a bit of a lit matchup for me. This is like when Iowa plays Oregon in a 5-12
Right.
matchup.
Like you're still gonna watch it, but it's like this would be on like True TV.
Yeah, you know how the second round is going to work out for them.
Yep.
So I guess the 4 seed is Cocaine Mothershed.
Whoa, hey, like just jogging on, like
more cocaine.
So who's let's go through the spelling of cocaine.
Cocaine. Cocaine is spelled Kokain, which is great because it reminds me of crocodile, which is to me the funniest drug to use as like in like a drug joke.
Right, because it's the one where it's like first you get really scaly and then you die, and it's really taken off.
It's called crocodile.
Yep. Like it's named after the mutation that it causes in you. Anyway, go ahead.
Against the 13th seed, Destiny Guns. That's amazing.
Destiny Guns again on that SoundCloud Nexus.
Yeah.
Cocaine Mothershed, especially with the crip up spelling with the 2 Ks, is really like.
Yep. Cocaine Mothershed is my choice. 6th seed Mickey Mental. It's the 11th seed Rain Schwinghammer. I like a little bit of alliteration in these names, but Schwinghammer.
Schwinghammer is really good. Mickey Mental has that like. It's like when guys in like hardcore bands like identify themselves by like their first name and then the name of their band. So they're like, I'm John Madball, and you're like, oh yeah, I know what band you're in now. Whereas like it's like Mickey Mental has that feeling to it. Like it's got kind of a like 80s Tompkins Square Park guy who gets in a lot of fights sort of vibe. I don't want to pick against him because I don't want to meet him.
I'm trying to think. I feel like there was a Hives era band whose conceit was they all had the last name of the band. It was not the Hives, but it was like in the Hives, Strokes, White Stripes axis, but I can't remember.
Yeah, there's always been a lot of bands like that. Yeah, where they pretend to be families or whatever, Von Bondi's style. Maybe it was the Von Bondi's. Anyway, Schwinghammer for me. I like that name. 13th
seed is Fat John Cake against the 14th seed Helga Radio. Fat John is spelled Fatjon, and you have to advance Fat John Cake.
Yeah. So Fat John Cake is one of those ones where, like I said, I have tried to stay away from the bracket, but a couple of people would just reply like Fat John Cake to tweets that I made. And I was like, well, I'm assuming that this is a name on the bracket.
Oh, yeah.
Because like if you're owning me, it's so obscure that I don't understand it. So
here's the 7th seed, Lowell Snorf III. A 10th seed is Perfecto Cuervo, but Snorf. I'm going with that. I'm like, if your name was already like a parody Star Wars name, I'm there.
Also, third in his line.
Right.
Like the first Lowell Snorf was born during the 19th century. Right. Is that fair to say? Like that's really something.
My father was a Snorf. My grandfather was a Snorf. I'm a Snorf.
You're going to bring dishonor on the Snorf family name like this?
The 2 seed is Rod McQuality.
When we emigrated from the Scilly Antilles in 1880.
The 2 seed is Rod McQuality going against the 15 seed Silky Carlo. I'm putting McQuality ahead. These are Snorf and McQuality are fantastic last names.
McQuality is incredibly good.
Yeah.
That's also one of those names where like I feel like if as people that watch a decent amount of sports, like once sports start happening again, we will see a McQuality in action at some point. Like we already saw like an RW McQuarters, and I would have bet against that in my lifetime. The third is, I'm just going back over this. That's possible that comes out of the bracket for me. That or Cocaine Mothershed.
I think it's between me. It's between Cocaine Mothershed and Chadfield Clapsaddle, but I think Cocaine Mothershed almost can't be denied.
Yeah.
Just in terms of aesthetics.
I'm trying to think Lowell Snorf III is basically perfect. And yet I think it maybe needs like a sillier first name.
Or a really simpler one like Brad.
Yeah, that would also be good.
Brad Snorf. The Dragon Wagon Regional. The 1 seed is Infinite Calcleisure.
Oh, boy.
Against the 16 seed, and this is a hard one, Katie Smirka Duffy Fudd, which has some Snorf elements to it.
So Fudd is a standalone. Fudd is its own last name.
Yes, that's right. I get, yes, Fudd, which is a great last name, but Smirka Duffy is, I guess, the middle name.
Yes, a hyphenated middle name.
Maybe a maiden name from a first marriage.
Yeah, possible.
So she was Katie Smirka Duffy during her first marriage, and then she got divorced, but kept Smirka Duffy, but then met Mr. Fudd.
Yeah, and that could be any name. Could be Walt Fudd, could be Cocaine Fudd.
Yeah, and then they all went and hunted wabbits together.
Yeah, and yet I feel like for all the infinite cult pleasure of this bracket, of this matchup, like you have to just move that ahead. Even though Katie Smirka Duffy Fudd is fun to think about.
Yeah, sometimes the one seeds are like, okay, it's a very silly name, so it goes ahead, and yet it, like you say it, and it lacks that silly elan.
Yeah, it's too perfect.
Yes, it's too perfect. The 8 seed is Vanilla Bean. Against the 9 seed, Eileen Strong. Oh boy. Oh boy is O''BOY.
Wow.
So, that's a great name.
It is. Oh boy is a last name. I mean, whatever. Eileen Strong, adding that like sort of elementary school thing where it's like maybe one of her legs is longer than the other, like that element is good. But anything that comes before oh boy is kind of like academic at some point.
I want a comma in her name, so it's Eileen Strong. Oh boy!
Wow. It's quite yeah.
That goes ahead. That goes right to the Sweet 16 for me.
Yep.
5 seed, Dr. Welcome Bender against the 12 seed Sovereign Valentine.
Wow. That's not easy right there. Dr. Welcome Bender is good. Honestly, like the doctor never gets old for me.
Yeah, I love a doctor in there. It's like Dr. Taco BM Monster was one of the all-time great, a Hall of Famer from the nose. So the doctor in front of it, just lending certification.
Yeah,
dwarfs and fuds.
Like a professor, or I mean, even if you put like a DDS after some of these, I think it would still be good.
Yes, it would.
Dr. Welcome Bender is very good. Sovereign Valentine is beautiful though. Like I really just like.
It is a beautiful name.
I don't think either one of them is going all the way, but I commend them both. That's like a game that would go to overtime.
I feel like Sovereign Valentine.
Iowa.
I feel like Sovereign Valentine would be like a really good recent high school graduate, like very proud, like in a cap and the mortarboard.
But maybe like parents with worrying politics too again. Anyway, moving on.
Yes. 4 seed Robespierre Bolivar.
Oh, that's good.
Against 13 seed Zeke Biggers, and Zeke is Zeek.
Nice.
Zeke.
That's letting you know that it's not short for anything. Those parents just like that sound. Zeke Biggers is really good.
It's a good strong name. I really like
Robespierre is cool too, because I don't think that there's a lot of people. I think the historical consensus on Robespierre is mixed.
Well, that certainly should be a factor.
Well, I mean, just in the sense, it's like naming your kid like Savonarola Henderson. Like most people are like, don't associate good things with Robespierre.
Robespierre, judged harshly?
Yeah, fair. You say he's overrated, underrated, or properly rated?
I'm going to put Biggers ahead.
I'm putting Biggers ahead too.
I almost want Zeke Biggers to have a different first name, like Ernest or something like that.
Yeah. Zeke is kind of gilding the lily.
Yeah, 6 seed is Billy Jack Buzzard against the 11 seed Seaborn Attaway. Billy Jack, all one word.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Seaborn Attaway is very much the name of a horse. And I'm not sure that qualifies as a person name to me.
Yeah, it is a horse name. Billy Jack, by the way, just remind me, there was an old WWF wrestler.
Yeah.
Named Billy Jack.
There was like a fascist 70s action franchise called Billy Jack, where this guy would like show up in town with like nothing but a flannel shirt on his back, and then just like wind up killing everybody. Yeah, it was weird because it was like there were too many the laws didn't apply, and so he had to become the law.
I want to watch more shows like that. Like I never watched Justified, and like clips from Justified will show up on Twitter, and I'm like, I have to watch that.
Yeah, it looks good. Everybody's got a hat on, and they're like lying.
Yeah,
it's all right. Yeah,
like now's the time for me to watch all that shit, and now's the time for me to catch up on Prestige TV. I haven't, and then
absolutely not.
It'll come back, and then I'll be like, "There's too much TV." I had like a year.
Yeah, no, I'm not. We haven't been doing that shit. I really envy all these people that are just kind of like, "What movie am I going to watch tonight?" Like. I'm just as stressed out as ever. I just never get to go outside anymore.
This is a difficult matchup. The 3 seed is Carmelo Mustachio against an incredibly strong 14 seed Cavassier Dingle.
Oh, that's really good.
And Mustachio is spelled Mustaccio. So And if you're playing Italian at home,
Mustaccio.
Mustaccio,
which makes it sound delicious
and makes it sound legitimate.
Yeah, it's like whereas like when we're talking about like Gennaro Bizzarro or whatever, that's like it's a different sort of thing. I think that it doesn't really matter how you pronounce it. Courvoisier Dingle is well underseeded and advances out of this matchup.
Yep. 7th seed is Learjet de la Cruz. And again, a fantastic pairing. Learjet is matched with the 10 seed Baron Cash Dollar. So
really good.
So you get the Trumpian vibes out.
Learjet de la Cruz is extremely luxurious.
It's very good.
Yeah,
very good.
We call him LJ or her.
But Cash Dollar as a last name is good. Although that smacks of a change.
Mm-hmm. It has a feeling to it. We'd have to investigate further.
Let's go with the 2 seed Nazareth Pantalone the third against the 5 seed Steve Cakebread. So that makes 2 cake names. We have Steve Cakebread and Fat John Cake.
Yeah, I would love to see them. Maybe if there was like a play-in game here that like those guys could get together and compete for the Steve Cakebread is good because it's the question that we had before about Zeke Biggers. Like, would it be funnier if the first name was just more normal?
Well, Steve is a pretty normal name.
Yeah, Steve Cakebread is pretty like, I mean, it's just, again, like in the way that all of the best name of the year bracket people do, it makes me faintly hungry.
It reminds me of the immortal Roy Spancake, which would laugh the loudest out of any name in this bracket.
Spancake.
Yeah, I'm going to have Eileen Strong Oh Boy coming out of the region.
Yeah, Nazareth Pantalone the third is fantastic, just going back over it. But yeah, I think that Eileen Strong Oh Boy is the one that got the biggest pop from me too. Yeah. Courvoisier Dingle's really good, but for some reason, because they gave Courvoisier Dingle a 14 seed, I'm like, well, that's unrealistic.
Yeah, someone's going to get mad at us for not advancing Courvoisier Dingle.
So how about I'll advance Courvoisier Dingle in my bracket?
Fair enough. The 1 seed in the final regional, the Crotch Tangle regional, is Beanbag America. America spelled with a K against the 16 seed Conley Wolfswinkle. Well, you have to put Beanbag America ahead.
Yeah, although again, spelling America like that doesn't seem, well, I guess if you were going to make up a last name and have it be America and spell it weird, you'd probably do the 2 Ks or 3 Ks Ice Cube style.
Yeah, you'd need like a Z or an X in there.
Yeah, anyway, Beanbag America is a great name. I don't want to overthink it.
I kind of wish Beanbag's first name was Ballbag, but it's not.
Yeah, right. Well, nobody's perfect, man.
8 seed is Adonis Expose, and the Expose does have an accent mark on the final lead.
Really good.
Against the 9 seed Adolphus Hailstork. Always dangerous when you have an Adolphus and an H name.
Hailstork.
Hailstork, all one. Wait, let me make sure.
It's one.
I just make sure it's not Hallstork. Checking my printout.
I zoomed in pro close, and it's Hail.
Okay, it's Hailstork.
So you got an Adolf and you got a Hail in the name, and yet I'm advancing it. That's how good it is.
Yeah. And of course, now there are stork sharing services. You don't really need to hail a stork anymore.
Right, it's true.
Thank you.
Very good.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Just because we haven't been recording doesn't mean he hasn't been banking those dad jokes.
5 seed is Jimbertson Vapor. That is awesome. Against the 12 seed Zorro Maplestone. Jimbertson Vapor is just that is real McQuality name.
It feels like I should have seen a Jimbertson before. Like I've been doing this for a minute now, and I haven't. I'm very happy to see one now.
I've never seen a Jamesbertson.
Yeah. That's. I mean, I think that would be probably what I would call him first. I'm assuming it's a him before we got to know each other. But yeah, Jimbertson Vapor is fantastic. Vapor is the last name. Fucking fantastic. That's a name that could go a long way to me.
Yeah, me too. The 4 seed is Drew Watermelon. Wait, I'm sorry, Drew Watermolin with the E and the O reversed. And by the way, the Drew name is not spelled my way. It's Dreux, go Drew. Against the 13th seed, Dudley Onderdonk. And in fact, I now have to recuse myself.
You know Dudley Onderdonk?
I do not, but I know Ann Onderdonk.
Okay.
There's a family friend of my parents who are Onderdonks. Very, very nice people.
Yeah.
And so I cannot publicly goof on the name Onderdonk.
That's really ethical of you.
Even though it has a lovely bounce to it.
Would you mind if I did?
Yeah, no, because you're
All
on
right.
the donk.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It sounds like a Dutch word for being horny. What kind of name is that? I'm sure they're very nice people, but it's just that's how I feel.
The 6th seed is Quincy McKinstry against the 11th seed Stetson President.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Oh.
I think it's Stetson President for me.
Quincy McKinstry, G-A apostrophe Quincy. So, but Stetson President is...
Doesn't really matter who you're throwing at Stetson President.
Whenever I think of Stetson, I don't think of the hat. I think of the cologne.
Yeah, I think of the school in the Big South Conference.
Right.
Yeah.
The 3 seed is Jimadiah Scroll. Jimadiah Scroll.
Wait, whoa! I'm looking at it now. Do you mind if I land this one?
Yeah.
Scrogum.
Scrogum, Scrogum.
Wow.
And that
finally.
Is so close to a different word. And
yeah.
With a very...
also, somehow close to a different word in a way that reminds you of that different word.
I was reading the Jimadiah part, and I was like, whatever. And then I got to Scrogum, and I just fucking
Jimadiah, right. Seen it. Been there.
Yeah,
Scrogum is really solid.
The 14th seed, Dr. Delight Champagne. But Scrogum, I mean, even with the doctor prefix, you're not beating Scrogum.
Jimadiah Scrogum.
7th seed is Rembertus Beerapout.
No wrong answers here. Let me Beerepoo. Oh, Poot.
Beerapoot.
Yeah, that's pretty solid.
Against the 10th seed, Greenwicks Unthank. Which is more of a strange name than a funny name.
Yeah, I think unthank as an idea is really valuable, but as a name, it feels strange.
Unthank is a Trump word, right?
It is. Like they want to unthank me, but I don't accept that, so I'm being thanked.
They're all thanking me. You can't unthank those
all
things.
The governors, they thank, and then they unthank me, so they thank me again.
The 2 seed is Decoldus Crawford. Decoldus, Decoldest Crawford against a 15 seed Glee Van Loon.
Really good.
Good.
So what we're seeing here is that having Dutch ancestry is it's like cheating.
It really is.
In the bracket.
Yeah, you get a Van. What if it's like a Dr. Van? Well, Dr. Van Nostrum is the go-to joke name.
But you got donks, poots, like vans. There's a lot of stuff there that you can make work.
All right, so who you got coming out of the bracket?
Wow, let me just skim back over it. So Jimberts, I think it's Jimberts and Vapor.
That's for me too.
And Jimadiah Scrogum in the final.
Oh yeah, Scrogum.
But like Jimberts and Vapor is fantastic. Well, this is really hard because those
Scrogum,
are and yeah, Scrogum I think was the one that you and I maybe struggled with the most, and I tend to respond to our first instinct being the best.
Yeah,
so maybe it's Jimadiah Scrogum.
I mean, the data is the laughter, and so the laugh meter is the king. So we have all right.
I want to address one thing before we do the final very quickly. There's a name that I came across. Someone sent it to me. I sent it to Stefan. D'Artagnan Raspberry. People have asked if I would address the D'Artagnan Raspberry issue because I did say I would forward it along to the Name of the Year people. I think it would have made the bracket. Stefan seemed impressed by it, but it came in too late. They had already closed the field. So
I know a submission from our own Dan McQuaid. He might not like me talking out of turn, but he knows an infinity griddle. And that I think is very worthy.
Extremely. And I guess, maybe they run it back next year. But I wanted to, people were, again, this is a strange thing to just say, like it's a normal sentence. People were asking me about D'Artagnan Raspberry, and I wanted to sort of.
Everybody was talking about it.
So many.
All right. So my final four is Dr. Reza Machete. Same with you.
Mm-hmm.
Cocaine Mothershed.
Yep.
Eileen Strong. Oh boy, but you had.
Who did I have in there? No, not Learjet de la Cruz. Oh,
was it Crevassier Dingle?
It might have been Crevassier Dingle. Yeah, that makes sense.
All right.
That sounds like me. Yeah.
And then Jimadiah Scrogum. In the final, that's my final four, and your only variant is you don't have Eileen Strong, oh boy, you have Crevassier Dingle. So then who do you put in the final if you have Scrogum against Dingle, you're putting Scrogum in the final?
Yeah, I think it's Scrogum and Mothershed.
All right. I'm going to put Dr. Reason Machete in the final.
Oh, well, yeah, Dr. Reason Machete is pretty incredible.
And I'm going to go ahead and put him or her against Jimadiah Scrogum. And then from there, I'm going to go Scrogum. I'm going to make Scrogum the champ.
Yeah, I think Dr. Reason Machete would be a wonderful name of the year for the year 2020. I think just because everything's so stupid right now.
Right.
That's something that seems to like talk about like the cleaving force of logic is reassuring. But I think that Scrogum is way funnier to say. And so I think Scrogum is a worthy winner.
Yeah, I when they do the voting, something like Reason Machete will win and will deserve so.
Yeah.
But it's usually the one that on paper looks, you look at it and you nod, that is respectably silly.
Yeah. Did Pope Thrower not win we had Pope Thrower, but the voters had something else like last time, right?
Didn't Pope Thrower win? I thought Pope Thrower won and Greenwell was all mad that Pope Thrower won.
Well, it won with us, but did it win the voting as well? I guess maybe we put our thumb on the scale a little bit.
You know what? I'd look at it, but I'm too lazy in the Zoom.
Yeah, it's fair. Right. And again, it's not the pro model. This could tune us out at any time.
Well, this was a lovely preview, perhaps, of podcasts to come.
Yeah.
And also, buy Point B on Amazon right now. It's available as a Kindle for the low price of $7.99. It will be available in paperback, hopefully by tomorrow for a more expensive price, but such is life.
Yeah. Man, congrats on the book, and thank you for having me. And, of course, congrats to Jimadiah Scrogum.
Thank you, Jimadiah Scrogum.
You've given us so much.
It's the Scrogums we met along the way. See ya. Bye.
Yeah.